Ruby Caceres,
Yes, Your Honor.
what happened to your leg?
For attendant, Judge.
How? You have to come up with a great story for that.
Yeah, I was deadlifting 2,000 pounds. No.
All right, court is calling 2020 CR 7910, State of Texas versus Ruby Caceres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Amir Memorial, Your Honor.
are you Ruby Caceres?
Yes, I am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do understand.
Are you the same Ruby Caceres who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 7910 for the offense of assault family second offense on November 13, 2020 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, I am.
All right, state.
Moving forward with condition number 5, Judge. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Ruby Caceres did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of May 2024 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
The state will be waiving and abandoning the remaining conditions.
No.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
True.
No, do you still wish to complete true to violation of condition number 5, knowing that the court could send you to prison for 10 years?
Yes, true. The violation, yes.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
You've pled true to violation of condition number 5. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you understand that your contract is not with your attorney? It's not with the state. Your contract is with the court.
Yes.
Do you understand that if there's an agreement that has been reached between the attorney and the state, I don't have to follow that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand I could send you to prison for 10 years?
Yes.
And do you understand I could fine you $10,000?
Yes.
Knowing all that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
I did violate it. So yes, it's true.
All right, 5 will be found true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge. We ask that the court deny the motion, continue the defendant on probation or deferred adjudication, alter and amended conditions to have her screened for felony drug court. In the alternative, she's not accepted to SAT.
I do not understand why I should follow this. And let me just explain why. She's been here before, and the MTR was withdrawn. It was altered and amended to include MIC evaluation, and she was extended for 1 year. So I just don't see how she's a good candidate. Does anybody want to address how would be a good candidate for this? I don't see it.
Judge.
So the complainant, the defendant's brother did mention to us that she has drug problems that he would like to have her get addressed. And probation did recommend, although it was the other way around, probation recommended SATF, and then it's disqualified to evaluate for drug court. But I felt that it's better to do felony drug court first to help her with the process, and then if that doesn't work, then the court can give her the SATF.
So who is the complainant in this case?
It's my understanding, I'll have to double check, Judge, if it's this particular case that he's on probation for, but it's Ricardo Caceres,
Her brother?
the brother, yes.
All right. Hi, let's have the brother come up. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm the victim.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ricardo Caceres.
All right, what does your sister need to be successful in probation?
My sister, to be successful first, she has to go to rehab, but I don't know if that'll help her because my sister's mentally ill. She's incompetent. She's been like that for the last 10 years. People don't understand that she has a mental problem. She does not have a drug problem. She's mentally incompetent. She's vulnerable. And when she gets in the street, My sister is manipulated by the drug addicts and drug dealers because they know she's not altogether there. She's not gonna survive on the street. She's gonna die. I've taken her to the hospital 3, 4 times because she's overdosed. And she's been in here before you, before Judge Gonzalez and all the judges. It's a revolving door for the last 10 years. Nobody takes me seriously. Her probation officer are afraid of me because I try to help them and they don't want my help. I tell them, look, my sister needs to go to rehab. This is a serious thing. She's been there before. She relapses, but I don't think she's ever gonna be the same again because she's mentally ill and mentally incompetent. And my sister needs to be supervised for the rest of her life. Now, if they let her go, the only thing I requested from a probation officer, put a monitor on her so we know where she is at all times. Now, he said the monitors are expensive. I told him, look, I'm gonna pay for it. Don't tell me it's expensive because I'm paying for it. Then he said, well, then put her in a halfway house, but she needs to be supervised for the rest of her life because I don't know if it's a drug problem, but I think she's mentally ill. She's been like that ever since she was in a car wreck. She had a tumor in her head. She's never been the same. So we got a mental problem and we got a drug problem at the same time, but she needs supervision for the rest of her life. And I've been with her for the last 10 years. Our family wants, I'm representing our family, brothers, all her brothers. They told me to call them court and speak on their behalf. She needs help and she's needed it a long time ago and they don't give her the rehab. They just send her back on the street again. And she was here with you about a year or two ago. She was with Judge Gonzalez and it's been the same thing, a revolving door over and over. I love my sister. I'd rather see her in prison than see her dead. I'd rather see her be in prison because she's gonna be alive in prison because they're gonna be supervising her. Out here in the streets, she's by herself. She goes and sleeps in the bus stops. And she's a drug addict. I love her, but I want her to live. She's going to die in the streets. I already taken her to the hospital for overdoses, and she doesn't want to live. That's all. It's a spiritual problem, I guess. I don't know if it's a mental or what, but
Okay.
I'm added up to it. I mean, I've been taking care of her for the last 10 years. And
All right. Thank you so much. So I'm going to try to see if we can get her some help. Okay.
yes, but
All right.
if you release her back to the street, at
No,
least-
she's not being released. All right. Thank you. All right. So this is what the court is going to do. If you'll come back up. Court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will deny the motion, alter the amend conditions to felony drug court referral.
Judge,
Will they not accept her?
either that or Esperanza court.
All right. So we'll do felony drug court or Esperanza. And she's to remain in custody for those evaluations. Probation, if for any reason she's not accepted, let the court know. We'll bring her back and we'll consider something else. And I'll do GPS, full, waive the fees, and extend her for 2 years.
Judge, are you going to extend her from today or because she expires in November of 2025? Are you going to expire?
No, we're extending her from today. Because she's been on since 2020. So that's 2024, and we add 2 more years. All right, we're going to try to get you some help, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, nobody can help you if you don't want to help yourself. I can put you in a program, refer you to a program. I understand what your brother is saying, that you have mental health issues, but they can't determine your mental health issues until you're clean and sober. Because sometimes the drug use masks your mental health issues, and people will think there's an issue, maybe schizophrenia or something else, but when it really is not. So you're going to have to do your part. If you're not going to do your part, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. You understand?
I understand.
All right. If you need something, you need to let probation know. So what's going to end up happening? We can go off the record. This is what's going to happen. You're going to go back to the jail. While you're in custody, you're going to be interviewed by Esperanza Court and Felony Drug Court. You need to be 100% honest with them about your drug issues and mental health previous diagnosis. You understand? If for some reason Esperanza Court or the drug court doesn't accept you, You're going to be brought back here. You're not going to be released. You're going to be brought back here. We're going to see what program we can come up with. If you're released, you're going to be on GPS and it's going to be full GPS, and I'll ask that the fees be waived.
Understand.
And you're going to be extended for 2 years. You understand? So this is sort of your safety net for you to get your life together. And it's up to you. You understand?
Understand.
You have any questions about anything?
No questions at all?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Who's here on Joshua Perez? All right, is this a motion to revoke?
It is,
Are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
no matter.
Why not?
He has an
So-
at-large family violence page that
So we have a case, Judge, from August of this year that is new. We're asking, I guess for a 2-week reset to see if we can resolve that at large case as well. Otherwise, if we handle the MTR now, there could be a potential new MTR if that other case gets filed. So I need to get it assigned to an intake prosecutor and have it reviewed. And I'm hopeful I can get it done within 2 weeks.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. If you recall this on November 4th, please. Or either the 7th, which is best?
Please.
All right, we'll come back on November 7th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir.
Alright, Judge, Mr. Alvarado, he was on the R bond, and the notice that was sent out for his court date was rejected.
Okay. He gave the wrong address. All right, who's here on Bennett? Malachi Bennett? Court is calling 2024 CR 009525. State of Texas versus Malachi Bennett. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Edelman.
Defense?
John St. Heiners for the defense.
And are you Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Your Honor,
Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. You need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention in a vehicle? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bennett, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 726862. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
State, is that the plea?
yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your term of deferred adjudication be for 4 years. There be 200 hours community service restitution and a driving safety course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state?
Yes, Your
And the
Honor.
court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, before we're done on the record, my client is attending the South Texas Vocational School. I would ask,
Just 1 second. let
Sorry.
me- All right, Mr. Bennett, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
State. We are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is attending the South Texas Vocational School. And you're studying what?
Automotive technician.
Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider coming down somewhat on the community service hours. My client believes that providing hours to the community, or providing work to the community is valuable and is necessary as part of his plea bargain agreement. We have no issues with completing community service hours, but I would be asking the court to come down somewhat from the 200-hour community service to what the court believes is reasonable, taking in consideration that my client is a full-time student.
All right. So how old are you?
21.
All right, do you have any children?
No.
All right, why are you doing donuts in a parking lot? And then turning it into a fast and a furious chase?
Just cause,
Just cause. Are you currently driving?
yes,
All right, so what's the bus route for you to go to classes?
Like what?
No, what bus would you take from your house to get to your class? There's a bus route though, right?
Yes.
All right, so you're not gonna be driving. So I'm taking away your privilege to drive. Once you've shown to the court that you can be responsible, then you can drive again. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you drive while you're on probation, you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
So did you drive yourself here today?
No,
Who drove you?
my dad.
All right, so your dad?
So here, Judge.
Yes. All right, so here's the thing,
wow.
he's not allowed to drive for a while, you understand? He could have killed somebody. So you're not gonna be allowed to drive for 6 months. Because you need to learn that that's a privilege, and when you do crazy things, it's not television. This whole thing where you watch Fast and the Furious, where he's pulling down a helicopter with a chain with his arms, real life, human being can't do that unless they're X-Men. So, and this whole thing where they're jumping off a freeway and hopping on cars, can't do that. Where they're reaching out of their car, driving 90 miles per hour and pushing a rocket launcher to the side, can't do that in real life with your hands. You understand?
Yes.
So you have to learn that you could have killed somebody and your privileges need to be suspended for a while so you can really internalize what could have happened. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so I'm taking in consideration County Court Cause number 726862. I'm going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication, 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you complete some type of trade school and receive your certification. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Are you employed or no?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you just school full-time?
Yes.
All right, probation, I'll allow him not to work to be in school full-time so he can get that done. There is to be field visits, 1 time per month for 4 months, no driving for 6 months. He's to complete the defensive driving course. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Thanks.
All right. Let's do a UA today. And if it's positive, then we'll do sober support meetings. All right, so UA Monday. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Okay.
All right, we can go off the record. If there's anything you need, let your probation officer know. If you feel like they're not addressing it, then you can always come back to the court, okay? You could have killed so many people. You understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, who's here on?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Yes.
Well, maybe excuse.
All right, tell your mom I said hi.
Most definitely, Your Honor.
All right. Who's here on Nathan Medina?
President.
Court is calling 2019 CR 5359W, State of Texas versus Nathan Medina. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
I've been confirmed with Tony. Tony.
Tony Arriola for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Colin Hobbs for Mr. Medina, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Medina?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, are you proceeding on the First Amendment motion or no?
Judge, I think we were just here for the bond today. We had
Oh, for the
requested-
bond. Okay. All right, does anybody have a copy of the bond motion?
I can run and get it. I e-filed it yesterday. It was accepted. But I assumed it was gonna be in your file, but I can go print a copy for you.
All right, if you could.
I'll be right back.
All right, just have a seat.
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
you. All right, are the parties ready on this motion? Because this was filed on May 25th, 2021. Are you all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke or no?
I hadn't discussed it. I probably have additional witnesses for the purpose of that hearing, Your Honor. He just got arrested. I had my first colonoscopy earlier this week, probably too much information, but I haven't had a full work week as normal. So there'd be additional people I'd hope to at least interview and maybe bring as witnesses for the full motion to revoke hearing.
All right, so your motion to revoke is going to be on November 7th.
Okay. At the end of this hearing, depending on the outcome, I might ask you to bump that back a little bit. His wife, his fiance is here.
Mhm.
She is due on November the 16th. One of the reasons we're asking for him to be considered for bond is so that he can be present at that. One of the things we're gonna be telling the court is that we're open to house arrest. We of course like for him to be able to work while in house arrest. But it's obviously a very important milestone. He does want to be supportive of his family.
All right, then we can set this for our MTR on October 31st. Oh, so you set for October 29th. So that will be your MTR date.
Judge, if I may. I hate to be
Yes.
difficult. I'm actually got a vacation letter in for today and tomorrow. I stayed here to this morning to do this hearing, but I don't know that between now and October 29th, when I'm out of town for family commitments, that I'll have an opportunity to call those witnesses, prepare those witnesses, and have them ready for the 29th. I will of course be here, but I want to make the court aware ahead of time that there's just not much time with me being out of the office or something I put on the court's radar, not you, but by filing the letter, that I'll have time to prepare between.
So when is your vacation?
It's supposed to start yesterday, but I stayed here for days for this.
No, I mean, when is it? So yesterday and when? is
Starting
it?
yesterday through Friday, but of course that, I didn't put in a vacation letter for the weekend because there was no court on the weekend, but I'm not getting back until Sunday evening.
So you're coming back on Sunday, the 27th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Norma put this for October 31st. All right, so we're here on a motion to set bond. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's not, Your Honor. The state is,
All right, do you have any witnesses?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can call your first witness.
Oh, Paris Carmona, Paris Carmona.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Perez Alexandria Carmona.
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Carmona, who is Mr. Medina to you?
He is my significant other. We are starting a family currently.
How long have y'all been dating?
About 9-10 months.
When you met Mr. Medina, through now, have you seen any positive changes in his life?
Yes, sir.
What have those been?
Honestly, he has slowed down a lot on drinking since we have met, because whenever we did meet, he was not in a good headspace. Now currently we are moved out of that situation. We do have custody of both of his little brothers and they have started school already.
And when did that occur?
That occurred about 2-3 months ago, where we got legal guardianship.
And that was Mr. Medina's brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how old are they?
They are 15 and 16.
And how has Mr. Medina been influencing them in positive ways?
They have been amazing. His little brother actually wants to start cutting hair. And then the other one, he does want to go to the military.
And what is y'all's living situation currently?
So our living situation currently, we do live with my parents because they do want to support me and him throughout my pregnancy. I am currently 6 months pregnant. They are both retired military veterans. So we are in a way better and more stable living situation.
Do you believe that the structure within the house and being with your parents has also been helpful for Mr. Medina?
Yes, sir, 100%.
Is he able to help and support you through your pregnancy by being outside rather than in custody?
100%, yes, sir.
Is he able to help support his brothers by being outside in custody?
He is. He does have a full-time job at a barber shop already. Ever since like me and him have been together. Yes, sir.
And then has him being in custody for these last 4 or 5 days been a hardship on your family based on his brothers being in the house?
It has been super stressful just due to the fact that that is their older brother, and they are a little more frustrated due to the fact that he's not here, and it is harder for us to get into touch with him.
From your recent times with Mr. Medina, obviously he's on probation, he's charged with having done something wrong on that probation. Do you feel like he would be a good candidate for bond at this time if the court would grant it?
Honestly, sir, yes, sir, due to the fact that we are again in a super stable situation right now. He has no reason to not be, due to the fact that I have been holding him accountable to mostly everything since we have been together.
And have you had any arrests in your history, any criminal history?
No, sir, none at all.
Are you going to encourage him and support him and make sure that he reports to court?
Yes, sir, 100%.
Are you going to make sure that he follows any other court's rules like no drinking, no drug use, things of that nature while in bond?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else that you want this court to know while the court is considering a bond?
I do think that he does deserve a second chance just due to the fact that he is in a better headspace in this moment of time. We are super open to honestly anything to be able to have him out to support me and his two brothers. And then he also does have another daughter. She's 4 years old. He does have 50-50 custody with her mother, so we do usually get her on the weekends, during the week, whenever she does attend school. I just think that he would be a super good candidate to be on the road.
How is his relationship with his other child?
It's amazing. She adores him.
And is the co-parenting relationship between he and his ex good?
Yes, sir.
This court has the ability to place him on GPS restriction. Financially, are y'all able to pay that $300 per month should the court put that on?
Yes, sir. I am 100%. We are eligible to pay that.
I'll pass it.
State.
Ma'am, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
Perez, Carmona?
Ms. Carmona?
Yes, sir.
My name's Tony. I have a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
Did I hear you say you'll do your best to make sure that Mr. Medina is held accountable
Yes, sir.
and does what he's supposed to do?
Yes, sir.
How long have you known Mr. Medina?
So I have known him since the end of January, end of December, beginning of January.
So that's December last year,
Yes, sir, the beginning of this year.
so for about a year.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
fair? And so would you say you have a open relationship with Mr. Medina?
Open as in how?
As in like you guys, yeah.
We do communicate
Yes,
throughout
open
everything. Yes,
communication.
yes,
Yeah, that's
sir.
what I meant. Open communication,
Completely,
you guys are completely honest with each other?
completely.
Yes. And so did he tell you that he was on probation?
So he did tell me about the situation that did happen whenever he was 17 years old. Personally, I don't ask if he is on any warrants, just due to the fact that we are super open, like super, super open. But he did tell me about the entire case in 2017. Yes, sir.
And I get that. I'm not saying like you're asking him, hey, do you have warrants? But he told you he was on probation, right?
I did not know that he was currently still on probation. I thought that I knew that he did serve time, so I personally thought that it was already over.
Okay. Did he make any comments about how much longer he was supposed to be on probation?
He has mentioned it once, but other than that,
And he didn't mention about checking in, doing other probation conditions?
no, sir.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Really briefly, we went over it. Y'all have custody of his two brothers,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Was his mom a good parent?
She is an amazing parent. I just don't think that she was stable enough to take care of the two boys. So regarding me and him, we're in a super stable environment right now. We thought that we would be able to provide a better living for them, especially due to them needing to be in school and the careers that they wanted to pursue.
And do you think maybe Nathan, having been with a mom who wasn't in the best spot, might have affected Nathan in some negative ways when he was young?
Yes, sir, especially in that point in time.
I'll pass it.
No more questions.
All right, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
I'll call Mr. Medina at this time.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Nathan Deshawn Medina.
All right, just for a moment, let's go off the record.